am concerned, but this concern is actually merited. This concern is warrant-based. We always talk about if someone throws a best punch at you, do you get knocked out? Or do you kind of shrug it off like, you know what, I'm cool, I'm good.
Yeah.
So, after Travis Kelce, all-pro tight end for the Chiefs, came on our show last week and told us there is extra motivation for this game against the Raiders because the Raiders beat them earlier in the season, I was like, these Chiefs about to demolish the Raiders. I'm thinking 45-14. Andy Reid gonna run it up. He didn't like how the Raiders celebrated last time, bust around the Chiefs stand. I'm thinking Chiefs about to kill these boys. I look into the game. The Chiefs is down by 3. Chiefs is down by like 5, excuse me, I think. 3 or 5, whatever it is. With like 3 minutes left. I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait, what? What is going on? The Raiders are actually dominant. This is not a fluke. I'm worried about the Chiefs for a few reasons. The Chiefs played a great game, if you want to look at it, a great game in perspective. Travis Kelce, over 100 yards. Tyreek Hill, over 100 yards. Pat Mahomes still made some amazing plays, still made some amazing throws. Did he get picked? Sure, but still did his thing. And the Chiefs barely won. So if you throw your best punch in a fight, you better hope you knock him out. Knock him out. And the Chiefs threw their best punch against the Raiders and barely won. They still won. It's the game of football. You win or you lose. They did win. But they threw their best punch, and the Raiders were like, that's it? Oh, we good. That is why I'm a little bit worried after watching that game last night.
Interesting that you find worry in that, because if you want to use your boxing analogy, I don't have any concerns. Why? Because I know there's more than one way for you to win a boxing match. Let's just stay there. I think right now you had a little too much emphasis on the knockout punch. Like they came into this Chiefs versus the Raiders. Oh, the Raiders caught them slipping the first time. Oh, I was wrong about you, Chiefs. You're not who I thought you were. No. I can't question the Chiefs. They're the Super Bowl champions. This is Acho thinking right here. Okay, you know what? Y'all motivated now. You guys have been corrected. You're going to go out there and throw the knockout punch. But you can also win a boxing match on a scorecard. Not pretty. But if you look at the scorecard and reassess this Raiders team, you start to realize, oh, they throw punches. And it's not just a knockout blow. I think they caught the Chiefs slipping the first time because they didn't respect their firepower. I think you do now when you look at them in terms of the head-to-heads. And Derek Carr has 6 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and a 123 rating, all numbers that are better than Patrick Mahomes. You start to realize that, and they said it during the broadcast, if you take Derek Carr and his abilities and put Chucky's brain inside of that as a quarterback guru, you might have something. Don't forget, he used to have the quarterback school and the college quarterbacks and all the prospects. Don't forget what he did with Rich Gannon and other quarterbacks. This is Chucky, man. This dude's a quarterback whisperer. And I'm starting to see that materialize with this team, believing in their leader in Derek Carr. So when you look at a game like this, all of a sudden you see the Raiders playing against the Chiefs team. And the Chiefs are sitting there like, oh, we really got to earn our keep. We have to earn our title. We're not going out there trying to repeat this year as much as trying to put some hay in the barn so we can be champions once again. There's a slight difference. When you walk in thinking you're the champions who's trying to repeat, you do what you did in game 1. This game, they were on full reset and realized John Gruden is not playing with this bunch. That's why they have so many great wins. I think you don't really respect the Raiders more so than you have concern about the Chiefs.
There might be something. Well, now I for sure respect the Raiders. There might be something to you, though. But let me tell you why I think you are wrong. Sure, in a boxing match, you can win by the scorecard or you can win by TKO.
Even pretty.
But if you fighting Tyson wasn't going to win on the scorecard.
We ain't going that long.
You're not going that long. You getting knocked out.
Right.
The Chiefs are Tyson. What do I mean by that? Let me tell y'all some of the scores the Chiefs has won by this season. 34-20, that's double digits. 34-20 again against the Ravens, that's double digits. 26-10 against the Patriots, that's double digits. 43-16, that's a lot of digits. 35-9, that's a lot of digits. Like, the Chiefs knock boys out. Period. They don't sit here and, okay, let's just dance around and go 12 rounds and hopefully at the end they'll raise up my fist and I'll win by. No, the Chiefs knock boys out. But when you play against the Raiders, ain't no knockouts here, coach. And if I am a Chiefs fan and I am a Patrick Mahomes fan, I'm looking like, yo, this isn't a team that typically wins by decision. Not to mention, when you got a guy like Derek Carr, he's actually out-dueling Patrick Mahomes. And again, y'all look at the full screen. Let's talk about the Chiefs' nemesis. Let's talk about the Chiefs' kryptonite thus far. In their two matchups, Derek Carr, completion percentage, it's higher. Passing yards per attempt, it's higher. Passing touchdowns to interceptions ratio, it's better. Passer rating, it is significantly better. Now, the Raiders are only one team. So as long as the Chiefs can avoid the Raiders, I really don't have a reason to be worried.
Oh, we playing that, huh? Traffic cop now. You got to play traffic cop.
As long as they can avoid them, I don't have reason to be worried. Oh, but Marcellus, if the playoffs were to start today, the Chiefs would be at the 2 seed. The Raiders, I believe, would be matched up at the 5, meeting the Chiefs in the beginning, something along those lines. I know if the playoffs were to start today, they would have to see each other first. You got problems.
Don't get me on record with this new playoff scene, but one gets to all, so 2 against 6. Yeah. So they
do the math. You went to Columbia. You do the math. I'm going to just tell you what happens. Okay?
Harvard dude would tell you who won the Super Bowl this year already, so I digress. Let me talk about this. You have too many concerns, and some are merit-based, some are warrant-based by numbers, but none of them are really adequate to this conversation because you're not respecting fully the Raiders and fully the Chiefs. Let's talk about the Chiefs, first of all. They don't get swept by their divisional opponents. They don't. Still haven't got swept since 2014. Isn't that before Patrick Mahomes? Oh, yes, it is. You know why? Because even with Andy Reid's like, look, Patrick Mahomes, tremendous quarterback. Maybe the best ever when he's said and done, all said and done. But I'm Andy Reid. We don't do this. We're going to put out an offense. What do the Chiefs have right now? The highest scoring offense in the NFL. What do they have? The second fewest giveaways. So not only are we going to score more points than all of you guys, but we're going to keep the ball. We're going to be pretty stingy. We're not going to sit there and just allow you guys to play yourself in the game because of our miscues. They have a point per game differential of 10.7, highest under Andy Reid. What I'm trying to say is they're playing a different style of football, complementary football. Punches, counter punches, jabs. I understand. You get mad at this transition to Mike Tyson. Man, you didn't knock him out in 20 seconds. Boo. But you got to have patience with this team because they're trying to make sure they have a plan B going forward. Plan A is coming to light you up lethal style. Plan B is to throw the counter punches, which they're doing.
So let's talk about that because this is actually the best analogy that one can draw is this boxing analogy. If the Chiefs are a heavyweight to try to knock you out, that's what they did. Yep. They have, I believe, 5 or 6 wins by 14 points or more this season. We know they knock you out. So how can you beat someone who's known to throw a knockout punch? Make them go longer rounds. Make them go longer rounds.
Right.
That's what the Raiders did yesterday. Let me tell you why. Statistically, Chiefs average 5 X plays a game. X plays, y'all watching the show, and X play is a play of 20 yards or more. The Chiefs literally knock you out. They don't want to have super long drives. They want to have plays of 20 yards or more. They average 5 a game. Against the Raiders, they only had 2. Remember, one of them was the Chiefs' game-winning touchdown pass. Had one throughout the first 58 minutes of play, and then they had one more to end up winning the game. The Raiders, based on yesterday's game plan, kind of figured out the template. Wait a second. Y'all Chiefs, y'all go for the knockout blow. Not only are we not going to let you knock us out, we gonna throw some haymakers of our own.
Real talk.
And when you step into the ring and you fighting a dude who got a strong right, what happens if you hit them with a strong right? Derek Carr. Derek Carr threw for over 300 yards in the first game, 275 yards last game again, if I'm not mistaken. What happens if you got somebody who is trying to beat you at your own game? I think the Raiders are doing a great job of undermining the Chiefs, which makes me worried. I'm not worried about the Chiefs versus a lot of teams.
Yeah,
but versus remember, I thought the Chiefs were going to go undefeated all season. I was like, oh, they're going to run a whole table. But against these Raiders, big bro, I'm worried. I'm concerned for several reasons.
Okay, so the worry has now narrowed its focus to just one team in particular. Are we going to say, obviously, the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers coming to the conversation?
Well, for me, big bro, for football, it's about matchups. It's not just about like, oh, well, this team is. I think the Raiders actually match up probably better than the Steelers. But again, interdivisional, you see an opponent more, you know the opponent better. I'll talk about this more later, but I really like the Browns. But I think the Steelers own the Browns because they win the fight of the minds. Before you ever beat somebody on the field, have you already beat them in their head? That is a huge. That's why sorry teams stay sorry. Because sorry teams don't realize they can win. So they almost have to realize, wait a second, we're not sorry anymore. Even after you get the talent, now you got to get the confidence. That's the difference between great college players and bad college players. Sell. So many dudes come to college 5 stars, 4 stars.
I ain't know about that.
But it happens.
Texas, it does.
It happens.
Yes.
But then you see a dude come in as a 5-star and he's sorry.
Crumbs.
And what happened? It's not that he lost his ability.
Yeah.
It's that he lost his confidence. So when I look at this Chiefs team and who they're playing, the Raiders, they not worried about the Chiefs. And if you're not scared of them, now you really got a shot.
Yeah, and that's why I'm peppering you with these questions. I actually have you on my therapist's couch right now as I'm your therapist. Because I've learned that if you want to move someone, let them move themselves. And I'm letting you move